Hello students, this is your math teacher Manjri Manjul from JNB South Tripura. Today I extend a warm welcome to all of you in this session where I am going to teach you a chapter that includes something that can be anything. Yes, you guessed right, and that is variables. And something that is fixed. Again you guessed right, and that is constants. Now, the combination of these variable and constant will lead to a chapter that is included in your 8th class syllabus. Yes, again you have thought right, and this is linear equation in one variable. Now let us start with a part of the title of this chapter, and that is linear equations. Now the first question that rises in your mind is, what are linear equations? So here, highest power of the variable in the equation is 1. Now, you have to focus on these two words, and that is highest power and 1. Now let's have some examples. The first example that we have is x plus y is equal to 1. Here both the variable x and y have highest power 1. Now we have another example, and that is 5y is equal to minus 3. Here the variable y has again power 1. Now let's have another example. Here we have 6z plus 10 is equal to 3. Again the variable z has highest power 1. Now let us move to the contradictory part, and that is an equation that is not linear. So we have examples here. In first example, we have x square plus y square is equal to 1. Now since both the variable x and y have power 2 and 2, so the highest power is 2, so it is not linear. Now the second example we have is x cube plus x square plus x is equal to minus 2. Here the variable x has power 3, 2 and 1, and the highest of all of these is 3, so it is not a linear. Now let us start with second part of the title of this chapter, and that is in one variable. It means the variable we will take here in these equations, that will be only one variable. So the included one is x plus 10 is equal to 1, 5y is equal to minus 3. So this will lead to linear equation in one variable, where the equation is linear, means highest power is 1, and variable used will be only 1. So let's have some example. Again we have x minus 2 is equal to 7, and x by 3 plus 1 is equal to 7 by 15. These two are the example of linear equations in one variable. So students, let us have glimpse of the chapter. First, we are going to study about different types of the equation. Then we will solve these equations. And last, we will try to formulate an equation from a given situation in different kinds of word problems. So students, let us start with types of equation. In the first type, we have equations in which linear expressions are on one side and numbers are on the other side. How? Let us see in the example. In this example, you can clearly see that x by 3 plus 1, this expression lies on left hand side, and number all alone, that is 7 by 15, lies on the right hand side. Now students, we will learn how to solve such kind of equations. But before proceeding to that one, I would like to tell you something about that method that we are going to apply to solve such kind of equations. And the name of that method is transposition. Now, transposition is made up of two words, trans and position. Trans means change. So, Transposition means change of position. That is shifting terms from left hand side to right hand side and vice versa. Now, what is the criteria for this change? Uh, for this change, we have change of mathematical operations. That is, addition changes to subtraction, subtraction changes to addition, multiplication changes to division, and division changes to multiplication. Now, a question must be rising in your mind that how. So let us see how this happens. So students, in this part we are going to solve first type. Let's have an example. In example we have x by 3 plus 1 is equal to 7 by 15. Now student, before proceeding to solve such kind of equations, you have to keep one basic thing in your mind, and that is you have to keep variable on one side and constant on the other side, so that ultimately in the end you have x is equal to something. Now the method we are going to apply for this is transposition, which involves shifting of terms. So it is clear that here in LHS part we have to shift 1 and 3 to the RHS part. So let us start with the first step of the solution, and that is transposing 1 from left hand side to right hand side. And as we can clearly see that 1 is added in left hand side, so its mathematical operation will change to subtraction, and therefore it will be subtracted in right hand side. Okay. Now, to in step 2, we have to simplify RHS part, and when we will simplify, we will see that as 1 have no denominator, so we will take it as 1, and we will take up LCM of 15 and 1, and that will give you 15. Now this 15 is divided by denominator of the first term, and that is 15, and when 15 is divided by 15 it will give you 1, and that 1 will be multiplied with the numerator, and that is 7. So 1 into 7 will give you 7. Now subtraction will be as it is, minus sign will be there. Now in the second part, since the denominator of 1 will be 1, so when 15 is divided by 1, it will give you 15. And when this 15 is multiplied with numerator 1, then it will give you 15. So in the numerator part in RHS, we have 7 minus 15. Now in the third step, we are going to simplify this numerator 7 minus 15, and we will get minus 8. So here you will get x by 3 is equal to minus 8 by 15. Now after that we have to transpose 3 from LHS to RHS, and now you can clearly see that 3 is dividing x, so therefore when it will be transposed to right hand side it will be multiplied. Yes, it will be multiplied. Now you can clearly see that 15 have a factor of 3. Okay? That because of that, when 15 is cancelled out by 3, it will give you 5. So ultimately in the end we have x is equal to minus 8 by 5. Now after solving this whole question, in the end you know that what we have to do, we have to transpose terms from respective side according to the question. Okay, and we have to change their mathematical operations. Now a question should rise in each of your mind, and that is why this is happening, why this change of mathematical operation is taking place here. Now in the next part I'm going to give answer of this why this change of operation is happening here. Now we will start with the concept that is involved here. Now let us see, let us have an example here. We have an example x minus 3 is equal to 5. Now, since it contains equality, we can consider this situation as two pens of a balance which are at equal level, because equality is there, so they are at equal level. Now this pen, one pen contain left hand side and one pan contain right hand side. So here in this example, one pan contain x minus 3 and another pan contain 5. Now we have to remove this minus 3 from left hand side, so that x is equal to something is the ultimate answer that we want we can get. Okay, so to remove minus 3 from left hand side, there's only one way, and that is adding plus 3 in the left hand side. But but when you add any number in left hand side, this pan will become heavier, and so it will goes down and the other pan will go upward. But the equality sign does not allow us to do so. So to maintain this equality sign, what we have to do? Can you think of what you will do? Yes, of course, you are thinking the right, and that is you have to add the same amount, that is plus 3, in right hand pan. Okay, so that we are doing, to making this pan at equal level, we are adding 3 in the right hand side. Okay, so this minus 3 and plus 3 will cancel out, and it will give you x, and 5 plus 3 will give you 8. Now here in this step, student, you have to see carefully, and that is, you can clearly see that to remove this minus 3, to remove this minus 3, what you have done, you have added plus 3 here. Okay, so it means to remove one number in left hand side, we have to take same number in the right hand side, but with change of operation. Here it was minus 3. To remove that minus 3, we have to take 3 in right hand side with change of mathematical operation, and that is, instead of minus, we will do addition here, so plus 3. And this is the whole concept behind transposition. Okay, now I hope you all have understood this transposition, and we are done with this. Now let us move to our next slide, and that is where we are going to tell you about how to formulate an equation. Means a condition is given, and here we have to formulate an equation. Such question that we are going to introduce here, you will see that in many cases you will find such kind of problems in your day-to-day life. So you can apply this formulation of an equation in your day-to-day real life problems. Let's have an example here. A student think of any number, and if you double it and add 5, the answer is 35. Okay, this question is given to you and you have to formulate an equation. Now before moving, what we are going to do here, students, we are going to change this English statement into mathematical statement. How? Let us see. Here we are saying our students to thinking of any number. So any that is not fixed, you can think of any number. So this will give you what? This will give you x. Okay. Now the second line says if you double it. So doubling means twice of x. Means you have in double you have to multiply with 2. In triple you have to multiply by 3. And in the same way, uh, 1/4 means 1 by 4 into x. Okay? So you have to see the word there. Now second thing, add 5. So it means 2x plus 5. Yes. Now it is saying that the answer is 35. Students, make sure that here the word is. Is or is equal to is the same in math. So here this is will changes to is equal to sign in mathematical language. So we will have 2x plus 5 is equal to 35. So we have formulated an equation. Now the next part is to solve this one, and as you have learned it already, you can solve it very easily. Now we will move to second type of equation, and that is variable on both sides. It involves equation where variables are on both sides. For example, 2y plus 5 by 3 is equal to 26 by 3 minus 1. Here we have variable in the left hand side and right hand side also. Now student, we will learn how to solve this second type of equations. Let us have an example. Again, we have 2y plus 5 by 3 is equal to 26 by 3 minus y. Now step 1 will involve again the same way that we are going to shift variable on one side and constant on another side. Okay, so we will transpose variable minus y from right hand side to left hand side and constant 5 by 3 from left hand side to right hand side. Now the same procedure we are going to apply here also. The change in operation, that the y which was subtracted in right hand side will be added here, and 5 by 3 which was added in left hand side will be subtracted in right hand side. So next step we will simplify it and we will get 2y plus y will give you 3y, and 26 by 3 minus 5 by 3, as the base is same, denominator is same, so 26 minus 5 will be subtracted as it is and it will give you 21 by 3. Now this 3 will go to right hand side, and as it is multiplied here and that side it will be divided. So in the next step we have simplified 21 by 3, we have got 7. Now this is multiplied by 1 by 3, so it will give you 7 by 3. Now student, let us move to the next part, and that is formulation of an equation of second type. For that, let's have an example. Now how we are going to solve this word problem? We are going to convert English language into mathematical language. Mathematical language? Yes. How? Let us see. Half of a herd of deer are grazing in the field. Now here, a herd of deer means we don't know how many deer are there in the herd. So we will take it as a variable. Let it be y. Now, half of a, here half means 1 by 2. Of is a mathematical operator, that means multiplication. So half into number of deer we have taken as y. So half into y, that will give you y by 2. Now let us move to the next part. 3/4 of the remaining. Now student, 3/4 means 3 by 4. Of again means multiply 3 by 4 into remaining. Now here this is the interesting part, remaining. Now student, if half of the deer are grazing, how many are left behind? Yes, you guessed right, and that is half. So 3/4 into y by 2, since half of the deer was there, so y by 2. Now that will give you 3y by 8. Now student, while teaching this part to my students, I recall an interesting scene of movie Sholay. Now seeing this scene, you must be recalling that the famous dialogue of the jailer, in which he says, half of the policemen go to left side, half of the policemen go to right side, and remaining follow me. There, he don't know that after dividing his policemen into half part, no one will be left behind, and the benefit of his lack in mathematical formulation led to the two heroes of the movie, and they ran away from the jail. But since the benefit was taken by the hero, माफ कर देते हैं. Okay, but here I don't want my students to do this mistake. And so and so you must be very careful while converting this English language into mathematical language. Okay. Okay, so let us move to the last part of this question, and that is the rest 9 are drinking water from the pond. It means if we subtract the number of deer which are grazing from the total number and the deer which are playing, then we will get 9 in the RHS. That means total y minus number of deer which are grazing, that is y by 2, again minus number of deer that are playing nearby, that is 3y by 8, it will give you 9. And yes, by this we have formulated an equation by converting it into mathematical language. I hope you must have understood, and you are going to solve each and every word problem by using this technique. Okay, students? Now in the next part, we have types of equation, next type of equation, and that is third type. And here we have equations reducible to simpler form. It is clear from the name itself that the equation will not be simple. That's why we have to reduce it to simpler form. So in example, we have 5x minus 2 means, which involves what? Bracket, opening of the bracket concept. Now let us move to the solving part of this kind of equations. Let us have an example. We have taken our example. Now we will start with the same basic concept, and that we will keep variable on one side and constant on the other side. So here we will transpose constant to RHS and variable to left hand side. So plus 7 will move to that side and it will be minus 7, and minus 5 by x2 will become plus 5 by x in the left hand side. In the next equation, what we have to do? We have to take LCM of 1, 3 and 2, and that will give you 6. And then we have to divide this 6 by the first denominator, and that is 1. So 1 into so 6 divided by 1 will give you 6, and 6 will be multiplied with numerator, and 6 into x. Now next part we have to divide this denominator by this second term in the denominator, and that is 3. When 6 is divided by 3, it will give you 2, and this 2 will be multiplied with the numerator, and that is 8x. Similarly, this 6 will be divided by this 2 and it will give you 3. Then 3 will be multiplied with the numerator 5x. And here 7 has no denominator, so we will take it as 6. Okay. Now this 6 is when divided by 6, it will give you 1. 1 into 17 will give you 17. Now this 6 when divided by 1, so it will give you 6. Then this 6 will be multiplied with the numerator, and 6 into 7. In the next step, we will simplify it and we will get 6x minus 16x plus 15x, and here we will have 17 minus 6 into 7, and that is 42. Further simplifying it, we will get 5x by 6, as 6 minus 16 will give you minus 10. Minus 10x plus 15x will give you plus 5x by 6, and there minus 25. After solving this one, we will get x is equal to minus 25 by 6, and when we transpose 5 by 6 there to right hand side, so 6 will go to numerator and 5 will go to denominator, and that will be 6 by 5. Or you can say that 5 which was multiplied here will be divided, and 6 which is divided here will be multiplied in right hand side. So when we will simplify this, we will see that 6 and 6 will cancel out, and minus 25 when divided by 5 will give you minus 5. So in this we have learned about how to solve this equation using the very basic concept of transposition. In the next part, students, we are going to have the next type, and that type is fourth type. This type involves equation reducible to linear form. It means here the equations are not in linear form, and that exists, and the case that exists here is linear expressions in numerator and denominator. For example, z by z plus 15 is equal to 4 by 9. It is clearly visible that here the expressions are in numerator and denominator, so they are not linear. So we have to first reduce these equations to the linear form. Okay. In the next part, we will learn about how to solve this fourth type. And in this fourth type, we have 7y. In example, we have 7y plus 4 upon y plus 2 is equal to minus 4 by 3. In the very next step, what we are going to do? We are going to apply a new method that I am going to introduce here, and that is cross multiplication. It says that when a by b is equal to c by d, okay, then the diagonal terms can be multiplied and their product will be equal. That is 7y plus 4 and its diagonal 3 will be multiplied, and it will be equal to the product of other two diagonals, that is y plus 2 into minus 4. So that will give you this form, 3 into first expression minus 4 into denominator expression, and this method is called cross multiplication. Now we will apply the next method, and that is opening the bracket. And here what we are going to do, here we are going to multiply each term in the bracket by the number outside. So 3 when multiplied by 7, it will give you 21y. 3 into 4 will give you 12. Minus 4 into y will give you minus 4y. And minus into plus will give you minus. 4 into 2 will give you 8. In the next part, we will apply transposition. 12 will be transposed to right hand side, and minus 4 will be transposed to left hand side. So it will become plus 4y, and plus 12 will become minus 12 in right hand side. So when we will simplify it, we will get 25y is equal to minus 20. And again transposing 25 to right hand side, we will get minus 20 by 25. And when we will simplify it, we will get minus 4 by 5. Now the application of this, what we have learned in the previous session. Here is the formulation of an equation of fourth type. We have a question that ages of Hari and Harry are in the ratio 5:7. 4 years from now, the ratio of their ages will be 3:4. Find their present age. Now, as the age of Hari and Harry is taken in the ratio 5:7, we know that when ratio is there, this 5:7 will become a regular number by placing a common factor to both of them. So we can take the ages of Harry and Hari be 5x and 7x. In the next part, we see that 4 years from now, it means after 4 years, and that means after means we have to add 4 in both the ages, that is 5x plus 4 and 7x plus 4. Now the ratio of their ages, the ratio involves fraction, and it means fraction of when we change this ratio in the fraction form, 5x plus 4 will go to numerator and 7x plus 4 will go to denominator. and 3 is to 4, when we change this into the fraction form, it will become 3 upon 4. And will be, it means equality in mathematical language. So it will ultimately give you 5x plus 4 upon 7x plus 4 is equal to 3 by 4. Now class, I hope आपने इस सेशन को enjoy किया होगा and you have learned something from here and you are going to utilize that learned part in your future. Thank you so much class. Thank you so much for giving me your precious time. Thank you.